Easter. It's Easter here in the United States. I'm Lisa Norell of the Mindful Marketer, and today the Mindful Marketer meets the Velveteen Rabbit. I hope that you can hear me and see me well today. I'm taking a big leap of faith that I actually am heard right now. I'm doing this impromptu show today without Marissa, my terrific producer. So, hoping that you can hear me, you can see me, and that this is a great 10-minute boost to the day ahead. So, today is my annual celebration of a favorite children's book called The Velveteen Rabbit, written 102 years ago or launched 102 years ago by a British author named Margery Williams. And many may think that this is a children's book. It is much more than that to me. So, what I've chosen to do today is I've taken one of my favorite passages from the book. I'll be sharing that with you across various platforms today. And then I will close with a few mindful marketer questions as you embark upon the day ahead and also celebrate the months of spring. So I went ahead and dove right into the book. And if you would like to read along, feel free. This is the very beginning of the book, just a few pages in. And I hope you enjoy. So, also, before we start, I hope you'll tell me if you're here today joining us. I would love to say hello at the end of this reading and welcome you to what seems to be our 90th or 91st show here on LinkedIn Live, Facebook, and YouTube. The skin horse had lived longer in the nursery than any of the others. He was so old that his brown coat was bald in patches and showed the seams underneath. And most of the hairs in his tail had been pulled out to string bead necklaces. He was wise, for he had seen a long succession of mechanical toys arrive to boast and swagger, and by break their mainsprings and pass away. And he knew that they were only toys and would never turn into anything else. For nursery magic is very strange and wonderful, and only those playthings that are old and wise and experienced, like the skin horse, understand all about it. "What is real?" asked the rabbit one day when they were lying side by side near the nursery fender before Nana came to tidy the room. "Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick out handle?" "Real isn't how you are made," said the skin horse. "It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real." "Does it hurt?" asked the rabbit. "Sometimes," said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. "When you are real, you don't mind being hurt." "Does it happen all at once, like being wound up?" the rabbit asked, "or bit by bit?" "It doesn't happen all at once," said the skin horse. "You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily or have sharp edges or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off and your eyes drop out and you get loose in the joints and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you cannot be ugly except to people who don't understand." "I suppose you are real then," said the rabbit. And then he wished he had not said it, for he thought the skin horse might be sensitive. But the skin horse only smiled. "The boy's uncle made me real," he said. "That was a great many years ago. But once you are real, you cannot become unreal again. It lasts for always. The rabbit sighed. He thought it would be a long time before this magic called real happened to him. He longed to become real, to know what it felt like. And yet the idea of growing shabby and losing his eyes and whiskers was rather sad. He wished that he could become it without these uncomfortable things happening to him. Margery Williams, you prescient author, disguised as a children's book author, you weren't. So these were the three questions that surfaced for me as I have now read this book countless times. And I hope these questions are helpful for you as well today. First, what character are you playing in front of your customers and stakeholders? Are you the skin horse? Are you the curious rabbit? Are you Nana, just cleaning up, trying to make things look tidy and efficient? What character do you embrace? The second question or inquiry is, how do you, as a market leader, leverage your nursery magic? What's the nursery magic that you bring to life? And question number three is, how can you cultivate being real with your stakeholders? Now, what I mean by being real is really hearkening back to when I first attended the Modern Elder Academy, MEA, in Baja, in Todos Santos, Mexico, last year. And as we were sitting in the circle, Chip Conley shared with us a story about another graduate of MEA by the name of Aaron Taylor. He's a two-time Super Bowl champion. And he said, you know, there are three ways you can communicate with people. We go through three different levels. The first one is called the first vault. The first vault is where I only feel comfortable sharing things with you about superficial items like the weather, my job title, where I work, what town I might live in, etc. Second vault is where I start to give you a small glimpse into my life. Many of you already know I have a cat by the name of Muji, and second vault allows me to feel comfortable telling you about someone or a pet that is near and dear to me. That would be one example. Then Aaron Taylor talks about the third vault, which is sharing with others your fears, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations. So, where are you being real with people that you care about? And who shows up every day when you come to work? The real one or the first vault? And so those were my three questions for you today as we listen to this timeless, beautiful story, The Velveteen Rabbit. As we wrap up, I hope these questions were useful to you and they provoke a conversation as you're eating your Peeps or your chocolate or preparing lovingly a meal for the people you care about. This is my gift to you today, and I wish you all a beautiful Easter holiday.